Lexus is well known for their best-selling models like the RX 350, the ES 300H, and of course the legendary LFA supercar with its glorious sound. However, just about everyone has forgotten about the worst-selling Lexus ever, and no one would have imagined it would have only lived for just 3 years in the United States. Today we're diving into the history of the ill-fated Lexus HS 250H and why it met its end so quickly. Welcome back to the channel Luxurious Fleet, and if you're new here, my name's Kirk and I just cover Toyota and Lexus vehicles. So if you're a car guy like me, you can subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and definitely hit the bell icon while you're at it. Make sure you stick around till the end where I cover all the fun facts of the Lexus HS 250. So Toyota and Lexus believed that the luxury market would be happy to jump onto a fully hybrid electric vehicle due to the Toyota brand's massive success with the Prius in the mid to late 2000s. So Lexus set out to create the most fuel efficient Lexus ever at the time, and they succeeded. The HS became the most fuel efficient luxury vehicle when it debuted. Prices started in the mid 30s, and it was also one of the more affordable Lexus models available. Sadly, despite the lower cost and the efficiency of the HS, it never succeeded here in the US in terms of popularity or sales. The HS 250H was first displayed to the public at the North American International Auto Show back in 2008 and went for sale in Japan in 2009 in July and in the US a month later here as a 2010 model. The HS was a four-door sedan that fit between the IS and the ES in terms of size. Front-wheel drive was of course the only option, and the HS was the most efficient Lexus in the lineup. It was also the first fully hybrid model only for the company. Not only that, but it was the first four-cylinder vehicle Lexus offered in their entire history up until that point. And man, have times changed, with four cylinders found abound in the Lexus lineup, such as IS, ES, GS, RC, NX, UX, CT. I think that's all of them. The 2.4-liter 2AZ FXE four-cylinder produced just 141 horsepower, but when you combine it with electrification, it was able to produce power up to 187 horsepower. And thanks to its low drag coefficient of just 0.27, the HS was able to reach 35 miles per gallon in town and a decent 35 miles per gallon on the highway. To compare to a modern day Lexus UX 250H, it has 181 horsepower from its 2-liter hybrid and gets about 40 miles per gallon combined, and it has all-wheel drive. Just 1 year after the HS debuted, Lexus welcomed its little brother into the scene. And most of you guys know this car very well. It's the venerable CT200H. Unfortunately for the HS, the CT would lead to the quick demise of the boxy four-door hybrid. The HS had superior power based off the Camry's hybrid system, as opposed to the CT's Prius source setup with just 133 horsepower. The CT quickly erased the HS's 1-year claim to fame for the most efficient luxury car. The CT came in at an impressive 42 miles per gallon combined, smashing the HS's decent 35 miles per gallon. And add to the fact that the CT had killer looks with its hatchback, and it had a lower stance, a very sporty looking car. And the HS's future was definitely looking grim at this point. Unexpected success for the HS met the car in Japan with a 6-month waiting list. This caught Lexus off guard, and they were forced to shift much of their US production to the hotter Japanese domestic market. And in 2010, Lexus issued 2 recalls for the HS for faulty brake software and for excessive fuel leakage in the event of an accident. Add up the introduction of the CT, small allocations for the US market, and recalls, it was no surprise Lexus pulled the plug on the US bound HS. Rumors started mounting in late 2011 that the vehicle was to be cut, and in May 2012, Lexus confirmed they had quit production of the HS back in January of that year. The HS successfully sold at its peak 10,663 units here stateside in 2010. Sadly, the HS only sold 2,864 units in 2011 due to the CT and Japan's production volume shifting homeward bound. However, the HS continued on in Japan with a facelift for the 2013 model year, including the infamous spindle grille, and in 2017, the Japanese HS finally met the fate of its American brothers. All right, now on to the fun facts. This part was a lot of well, it should have been fun for me, right? So let's get into it. 85% of the HS was fully recyclable, and 33% of the interior was plant derived from eco-plastic made from castor seeds and kenaf fibers. The HS had an optional pop-up nav screen with one of the first implementations of the remote touch interface. It was also the first Lexus with the Lexus Informed software suite, which in 2010, it's still around, but with additions such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, its days are definitely numbered. The HS in price could reach up to $45,000 with options like a 330 watt Mark 11 surround sound system, adaptive front lighting, heads-up display, and radar cruise control. You could get the HS with up to an additional 5 cameras that allow the driver to see around corners in the front, and of course it had a really wide angle backup camera. And back in 2010, that was pretty cool. In the Japanese market, you could play a game with what was called the Harmonious Driving Simulator, which compared your fuel economy to others in the area. The HS never made it anywhere except the United States and Japan. The Europeans got the equivalent 3rd generation Toyota Avensis, which is pretty much the same car, right? Kind of like an Avalon is very similar to the ES, but it's very not nearly the same quality standards, right? The HS apparently stands for Harmonious Sedan, but doesn't hybrid sedan make a lot more sense? I don't know. And currently prices for used HSs are going from anywhere from $13,500 on the high end to about $9,000 on the low end early in 2020. Also, if you're enjoying the video, smash the like button. That lets me know that I should keep making videos like this for you guys for the luxurious fleet. While the HS just served 3 model years here in the US from 2010 to 2012, it introduced a new era for Lexus of hybrid efficiency in its sedans and SUV lineup. You can also thank it for the remote touch interface that lives on in today's Lexus vehicles, or conversely, you could curse it for that because so many people despise it. And I'm sure Lexus did learn quite a bit from this failed attempt on a luxury efficiency vehicle. And I'm betting Lexus looked at their Toyota hybrids and just said, okay, why didn't we just hybridize the popular ES like we did with the Camry? And that's what they did. And in 2013, Lexus debuted the first ES 300H. And in Japan, the HS was replaced directly by the ES 300H in 2018. What do you think of the Lexus HS 250H? I actually have driven a couple, and all I can say that it is a weird experience. It doesn't feel much like any modern Lexus or any Lexus that I've ever driven in. And man, it is a grind to get this car to achieve anywhere close to the mile per gallon that it is EPA rated, which is like around 34, 35. And yeah, it's pretty slow as well. So thank you for watching this video on the HS 250H, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.